I was so excited today. I have a friend that I met almost a year ago when I started my Facebook group, and he has been really wanting to leave the religion. And today, he's been working on it, and today he put up a post and he was like, "Listen, I do want to leave. Like I am going to leave, but I just need reassurance of like just reassuring me that like I'm doing this right." And of course everybody chimed in and tried to help him. And I just told him like, yeah, there is a lot of things that could go wrong, but let's give equal thought to the things that could actually go so right that you've never even considered before. Like the possibilities are endless. I told him that, and I said also in that comment, imagine yourself at the end of your life and you're telling your story of like what you overcame, what you did, and how amazing it was, and how kick ass and awesome you are that you did things when it was really, really, really hard. And you're just like, I'm going to do it anyways. So I don't know. I was just sitting there thinking of all of these qualities that we have as ex Jehovah's Witnesses that are really transferable to, that we might have forgotten about, that we have these amazing gifts in us. And I wrote them down, like qualities that we didn't even realize are really going to help us out. Things like endurance. How long did we wait? Well, we're still waiting, right? Well, we're not waiting anymore, but we were waiting, and everybody else is waiting for the end. The end's not coming. And like, do you remember how much we used to push ourselves? Like, push ourselves to get up early and go out in service, and push ourselves like for conventions and stuff like that, taking like extra. It was just extra, extra, extra. Like everything that we did was like, it was pretty difficult. Let's be real. Well, that's another quality too. Like really, such hard workers. Really, yeah. Oh my gosh, I could go on and on. Endurance is one of them though. And then I wrote down delusion. Like we were so delusional. And I don't mean that in a bad way, okay? So delusional. I'm like, do you look back now and think, how could I ever believe that? You know? How could I ever believe that? Oh, it was just so normal. But like it was delusional. And like now, if we take that same delusion, like, you know how people say like dream big? That's what I'm talking about. Like, how big can we dream? That is, could be considered delusional. I'd rather have that instead of the other. Another one is like, for me, was being weird. Like, I was so used to being the weird new girl that now, it's okay to be kind of weird. I went to a masquerade party the other night with some girlfriends that I have this group here in town, and I didn't even know what a masquerade, like what do you even wear? I knew it was a costume. I looked it up. It was a costume, but I didn't realize it was like a maybe black dress, and then like a mask on your face. And so I showed up in a unicorn costume. Oh my gosh. And when I was at the thrift store, that's when I did that last video of like, yeah, I ran into like a Jehovah's Witness there, an old Jehovah's Witness friend, and I was thinking, oh my gosh, I don't know what she's thinking of me. I think it's so funny. Like, oh, there she was. Elle was just walking around carrying her Halloween satanic unicorn costume. But being weird is like something that I'm pretty good at. So when I showed up to the party, I didn't mind that. I didn't mind being a little bit weird. Like I had a lot of fun with it because I've just had such a good training as a witness being weird. The other one is nonconformity. Like, we did not bend to any rules that we didn't want to follow that had to do with the religion. Like, we were nonconformists. So how can we use that now? Like, just not conform, like turning it around and like not conforming to the rules that they have for us, with the label like apostate, like, no, we can be nonconformists with that. Oh, what else? Delayed gratification. Like we were always waiting. So for years. And delaying our gratification, I think, is something we could really use. And I use it for myself with like food, or like if I'm, really watching my weight and like, well, I can wait. Like I'll have that, I'll have that special dinner, on the weekend with friends, or I'm going to have that special treat. Like make it like tomorrow, like, oh, I'll have that, but I'm gonna have it tomorrow, like delaying gratification. And then with spending too, okay, well, not now, let me think about it, let me sleep on it, I'm not sure. Yeah, and then by the time that you when you give yourself that time, then you come back to it and you're like, well, maybe I don't actually even want that thing. So that's another one. My daughter's out here, she's laughing at me. She was laughing at me. She was wondering where I was at. I told her, I'll be right back. The other one is standing up for what is right. So we thought we were standing up for what was right as Jehovah's Witnesses, but turns out it wasn't so right. So now we can stand up for what is right by using our voices, telling our stories, standing up for other people that are going through the hard times, like other ex-Jehovah's Witnesses, like standing up for what is right. I think that's a wonderful thing that we can still use. And then the other one, being honest. Okay, we're on number 7 now. Honesty. We were always so honest. Overly honest, because we were so fearful of like, oh, Jehovah's watching. We have to tell the elders. Oh, we need to tell our parents. We better tell our friend. We better tell them everything. We were so honest, which is great. But how we can use that now is like, have you thought about it? Are you honest with yourself 100%? That's something that I've had to learn how to do. With loving myself and speaking up for myself, really speaking up for what I want. It's like, oh, can I really say that? Can I say that? But I feel like we would be living a lie if we're not just honest about what we really want in our life. Think about it. If somebody says, oh, well, which restaurant do you want to go to? I know, it was me too. And I don't know, tell me, does this happen to you, where it's like, it used to be, oh, I don't know, where do you want to go? Like anywhere you want is fine. Like just not really being honest, because truthfully, you did have a restaurant in mind. You did have a type of food that you wanted, and maybe you just didn't say it because we were just always pleasing other people, and then in turn, like not pleasing ourselves, which people pleasing is basically like lying to ourselves. Oh, but we have it in us to be super honest. Like, be super honest with yourself and know that if you tell your truth to somebody, you can deliver it in a way that doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be rude. Like, it's just your opinion. It's just your take on life, right? Yeah. Number 8, resourceful. Oh my gosh, we're so resourceful. So this is what I was thinking about for my friend that's leaving. He's been living with his mom since forever. She doesn't want him to leave. She is a Jehovah's Witness, and he's old enough to be on his own. Yeah, he's old enough. I don't want to give away too many things, but as Jehovah's Witnesses, we're very resourceful. We used to reach out for, I know my mom, she was on public assistance. We'd go get the WIC checks. We would go to the food bank. Like, we would ask people for help, like people around us. What else? Like, I remember gleaning the fields when we were kids. Like, my mom would take us to do that, like gleaning tomatoes in California in the summer, canning food, all kinds of stuff. But we are so resourceful. We're so resourceful, and those resources are still out there, different ones, in fact, even more that are available to us. Like, all we have to do is reach out and ask for help and look for help. And I was thinking about my group and like how everybody is, they're all helping each other. and they ask questions and like, what do you think about this? And I think that where we have that in us to be really, really resourceful. And I think it's been huge in my life. Yeah. And number 9, we have big hearts. We really have big hearts. I mean, even the witnesses I know that are in, a lot of them have such really big hearts. They're very caring people. A lot of times, people are, I don't know, they're, how would I say this? I think like getting trapped in that kind of religion, like, I don't know, like you really do care about people. That's how I kind of felt when I was going out in service, even though I wasn't great at it. I was terrible at service, but I really like to talk to people, and I really thought I was doing something wonderful. I thought it was really gonna save somebody's life. So I have a big heart for people. I had one then, and I have one now, right? So you have that too. I know you do. I know we do as ex-witnesses. It's bigger than big, bigger than big. Yeah. And the last one, number 10, perseverance. Like going through it without really a real clear, we didn't ever have a clear idea, like what's paradise going to be exactly. And I would try to research it and look in the Bible, and it's like, there really wasn't a lot of detail there. But there was a lot of detail in all of their books and everything. And we would still persevere, even though it was, we didn't know exactly how that was all going to play out, but we kept on going anyways. And that's how we can go in our life now. Like, we don't know what it's like to be an XJW, but we're just going to keep on going. We're going to keep on trying, and we're going to persevere no matter what. Because the only way you're going to lose is if you quit, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Yeah. And just know that, that you're worthy, and your worthiness isn't up for questioning. You are worthy because you're here. And that's all the proof that we need. So there's no need to argue it. So with that, I hope you have a wonderful day. And yeah, I posted a video yesterday, and then I ended up taking it down. I just thought the tone, it just didn't feel right to me. It just didn't feel right. So I took that one down, but I am posting daily until January. So I hope you stick around. Yeah, I love doing this. It's really good for me too. All right. Bye, everyone.